What's going on, the Long Dog community? This is Lieutenant, and this is actually the second time that I'm recording this video, because the first time I did it, I kind of just went over my journal and talked about how it went. Misery. But then when I posted that I made it to Broken Body on YouTube on the community tab, someone actually asked, they made a joke and I said it wasn't miserable. And of course it's a joke, but I reflected upon that and I realized that everything is more tight. You have to plan ahead a lot. You cannot make as many mistakes. And some afflictions are just restrictive rather than making you miserable. For example, sour stomach, which makes you have to plan more ahead, and it limits your ability to travel far without stopping to eat. I actually got sour stomach as my first affliction, which is I think the best case scenario because it's the least impactful of the 4 random afflictions. The next one I got was rheumatic joints, which I think is like mediocre. I think it's more impactful than frigid bones, unless you get frigid bones on day 3. But rheumatic joints, what it does, I don't like it because it afflicts me, the player, by pressing the sprint button and then nothing happens. It feels bad. And yes, of course you have to plan more. You have to sacrifice more condition to get places, because in the beginning you can just run around and you save a lot of condition by doing that, and you also get tired, so you can sleep more reliably. So yeah, it's another one that's kind of restrictive. And then Haunted Mind, I think that's another good one, design-wise. I think it's the worst affliction of the random afflictions by far, because you're just going to regenerate like a third of what you used to per night. So yeah, that makes you miserable, because you're like, oh shit, I can't heal up, right? You kind of feel that more than the sprint penalty. I mean, you do feel the sprint penalty, but it's not like it's immersive. It's just like, and I know there's a ton of talk about the balance between immersion and gameplay, like the video gaming aspect and the immersive aspect. It can never be perfect, I think, but I think that Haunted Mind and Frigid Bones are better in a sense of making you miserable, because you're like, holy cow, I can't I can't regenerate, and I can't for the life of me get warm, and it's harder to get warm, and I really need the top tier clothing to get warm. So I think that's great. It makes you go for something, while rheumatic joints prevents you going places. And then of course we have diminished form that you get in the beginning, where you have like 5 kilos less carry weight. I think it would be great if you would get weaker over time and not suddenly on day after 24 hours that it kicks in and then stays the same over the whole course of the game. Well, diminished form, I didn't get to test it against any wolf encounters because I didn't get into any struggles. But yeah, I guess it's probably just it's kind of cool because that adds to the feeling miserable that you wouldn't be able to fight as well. And then there is, I think, the worst offender to the gameplay side and immersive side, and I think that's Broken Body. So the thing is, I am there now, and I don't want to play this safe any longer, because I have top tier clothing, except for a second bearskin coat, but the hide is curing in my base, and I have like some fish. I have the fishing tip-ups, and I have some firewood, and I would be able to survive for a little longer. I don't know how long, but it's pretty good. It's pretty well prepared camp office right there, and I think I would be able to survive for, I don't really know how long. But the thing is, I don't want to go towards certain death. Does that make sense? So for example, there is cabin fever, and in order to cure it, you can sleep in a cave. And for that, I mean, you could make a snow shelter as well. And you can also go into a cave. That would be the hilltop cave in my case. But then if I get a sprain on the way there, I lose 4% condition and I can never recover it. I don't know, why would I want to play like that? I think getting permanent damage from sprains is really, I don't know. And in general, not being able to recover any condition, that is, I don't know. It's it's not fun. I mean, I could see it if Broken Body lets you still recover from like birch bark teas, for example. I think that would be okay. But even then, I don't know if it would be much fun. Maybe it could be quite good. But the problem is, and that's the other problem with Broken Body, is that you are not going to travel anymore. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Where would I go? Like, I won't leave Misery Lake. I'm gonna call it Misery Lake now. Because, I mean, I could probably go to, like, the dam or Trappers, or even maybe the ravine cave is reachable without taking damage. And now it's like, this is like the fun that you would usually have on, for example, Interloper or lower difficulties, that once you're set up a little, you can just go explore the world. You can go to the far territory and do the tales. Or you could go the other way and just go to Desolation Point and kill the wolf in the cave there. I don't know, you can just go on an adventure and visit your favorite places, loot and find, I don't know, some stuff, explore the Langston Mine. You are not going to do any of that in Misery, and I understand that this is just kind of like a challenge mode, but then why does it even go on? I mean, they could just have made it like it ends on day 46 or maybe 50. You have to get to 46 and then you have to live another couple of days, and then you made it. Like I don't know, maybe just as an option. And it's like, do you want to end this challenge and see the results, and then you get a rating on how well you did. What was your lowest condition? What was your average condition? How many places did you visit? Something like this. That would be kind of nice, I think. That's just something I just came up with on the spot. Yeah, I mean, you can look at your stats anytime, but if you would get like a kind of an overview, and then you could share that, like, oh look, I had this near-death experience. My lowest condition was 1%, and I recovered from it on Misery. Or like in my case, I think 35% was my lowest. So I was never really close to death because I didn't have any wolf struggles, and I think I did pretty well on like condition management. Yeah, so this is just what I want to say is that you can go different. You can tackle this mode in different ways, and then at the end, it's like it's about how well prepared are you on day 46 if you had to survive further. And originally, I didn't plan to quit after I got the last affliction, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna get a lot of fish. I'm gonna get a lot of firewood before and scrap metal before day 46, and of course the top tier clothing, so that I can be warm in the afternoons. And then how well are you prepared for what's about to come? That you don't recover any condition. This is what I think this challenge mode is getting us to do. Because, I mean, you could, of course, hibernate, and until you get, like, Haunted Mind, then it's not really doable anymore. But you can just survive on the lowest of lows that you can, and then somehow make it to day 46, I think. That's also possible. So then, again, what I would like is, like, a overview of how well you did, right? Because I'm wondering where they wanted to go with Misery. It's something in between a challenge mode and a survival sandbox mode. They make you stop playing on day 46, but then they don't. And I think it would be nice if it was like one of the two. This is just my opinion. Of course, you can... I mean, I've read in a comment that someone was on day 250 on Misery. I mean, you can do that, but I think that's very redundant. And I don't think... I wouldn't have any fun just doing that. I think he said he's in the camp office for 250 days. And then that means you'd have the same routine every single day. That's like... I don't know. That's not what I enjoy about the game. I want to just play it and discover new things and do things, right? So, and Broken Body prevents doing that. And at the same time, it doesn't end. You're just there. I mean, right? So I wouldn't want the game to kill you on day 50 or something, or that it automatically ends, but that you get the option. I want to see my stats and then just quit out, or I want to keep this game up, and then I don't know. You have the option to get your stats and at any time, right? Maybe something like that. So that would be really interesting. But as it is now, this is how I will remain for today, because yeah, with the state of the art that I finished, that I'd say I survived misery. I finished it, and I don't want to keep playing it. And I don't think that is a good thing. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Like, those of you that have survived misery, that have gotten Broken Body, do you keep playing? Or do you feel the same? Like, you would want to start another game? Maybe on Interloper instead? Or maybe, I don't know, another misery run and try a different like way? So definitely tell me in the comments. And yeah, I see you guys next time.